Good day, everyone. Confirm you can hear me. Welcome to today's live stream. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. Drop a comment if you can hear me loud and clear. Also confirm you can see my screen. How has been trading? I hope it's been profitable. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. You're welcome to today's live stream. You can start dropping your questions. If you have any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. I feel so excited to have you in today's class. You're welcome. You're welcome. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Good morning, Demax. How are you doing? Daniel, morning. Can you see my screen clearly? Can you see my screen clearly? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so let's start by using okay, let's look at the calendar for today. Today, major news was released from the United States. Unemployment claims. This is very unusual. Very unusual. This news was supposed to be released by 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time. 1:30 p.m. and it was released 10 past 9. 10 past 9. Very unusual. At the early hours of today, when I checked the calendar, this wasn't here. It wasn't here. Nah, this just appeared. Very unusual. And the news was negative for the United States. You can see the forecast wasn't given, but when we compare it with the previous data, you can see that the previous was 218, and the actual came out 232, which is higher than the previous. So this is negative. This is negative for the dollar. And I think that's the reason gold has been bullish. After the release of this news, gold became bullish because the dollar became weak. So with this, I think dollar should be weak today. Dollar should be weak today. That's my. Let's look at the technicals. Let's analyze DXY. Let's see what's happening on DXY. Okay, so let's start with the daily time frame. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. Let's start with the daily time frame. So you can see so far today, the dollar has been bearish. As you can see, it's been bearish. Yesterday was strongly bullish. The dollar was bullish yesterday, swept the liquidity residing on the high of Friday candle. As you can see, this was Friday candle. We had this as a liquidity. Yesterday candle swept that high, and I think it swept the high of Thursday candle. Okay, so it's closed strongly bullish. But if you look at what we have from this point, you can see that the trend has been bearish from this point. After the formation of this spinning top, you can see it's been bearish. And if you go down to lower time frame, like the 4-hour time frame, you would be able to identify a bearish structure on a lower time frame. So after the close of yesterday candle, let's see what we had on 4-hour time frame. So you can see the structure we have on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that the market has been creating series of lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. You can see that that's a bearish structure. You can see lower highs and lower lows. So DXY is expected to form a new lower low. Okay, so that's my expectation for the dollar today. I'm looking for opportunity to sell the dollar. Let's up our trend line. Let's see from this point. So we can see. So this is a buy. Sorry, a bearish trend. This is a bearish trend. Okay, after the formation of this pattern, price just failed. Let's just confirm that. I think there's a fair value gap here at this point that came to fail at this point. Let's just confirm. Let's go to 1 hour. So you can see what we have here on 1 hour. Okay, I think it has swept the liquidity residing at this previous high. Let's see. Okay, So we had this fair value gap on 1 hour. That could be the reason for that reversal. You can see this fair value gap. Can you see that? Can you see? So the reversal here, this fair value gap, could be the reason for this reversal. You can see that. So what I'm saying on one time frame, you can see this relative equal low we have here. There is a high probability dollar is coming to sweep this low, this relative equal low. Okay, first it will aim for this fair value gap. That should be the first target. And if price breaks out from that fair value gap, then it's coming for this relative equal low. That is what I see playing out on DXY today. That's what I see playing out on DXY. But if price breaks out from this resistance, then we should expect more on DXY. But at the moment, my bias for DXY is bearish. My bias for DXY is bearish. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Mr. Ebenezer, good morning. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let's look at yen basket. The yen should be bullish today. Yen should be bullish. Okay, so let's start with the daily time frame. Okay, so this is daily. Yesterday was strongly bearish. It swept the liquidity residing at this low. I believe most retail traders would have executed buy after the formation of this pattern on Thursday, Friday. And what they did yesterday was all the stop losses. That's what I think played out yesterday. The swept is residing this previous low. Okay, so after the close of yesterday candle, can we identify a bullish reversal pattern on the 4-hour time frame? Let's convert. Okay, so you can see after the close of yesterday candle, you can see the pattern we had on the 4-hour time frame. We had an inverted hammer, which indicates change in trend from bearish to bullish. You can see, and price went up from that point, and there's a retracement, probably to a discount area, or if you go down to lower time frame, probably there's a fair value gap. You can see this fair value gap that was created here. We also had this fair value gap that was created here, which could be the reason for the reversal. And I think that fair value gap has been filled. You can see that gap has been filled. So if 1-hour candle closes above this gap, then we should expect more buys on yen, and yen is likely coming to fill this fair value gap. It's likely coming to fill this fair value gap. If price breaks out from that fair value gap, then we should expect price to come for this high. That's what I see playing out on the yen. Okay, that's what I see playing out again. We have this low, we have high, low, high. You can see it's been forming a series of higher low, higher highs, right? Higher lows, higher highs. Let's see minutes. Maybe on 15 minutes, maybe we could identify a shift in market structure. So there's a shift in market structure at this point. You can see we had this low, we had this high, we had this low, and they'll break out from that. You can see. So shifting market structure has occurred here, then a retracement to a discount area, and that's what is playing out in the market at the moment. I hope that is clear. So I'm bullish on yen. I am bearish on the dollar for today's market. I am bullish on yen, and I am bearish on the dollar. So let's look at currency pairs. Let's start with GBP USD. GBP USD. Start with the daily. Daily, we had an hanging man here indicating change in trend from bullish to bearish. Yesterday candle closed bullish, and today the market opened and buyers came in, pushed the price up to this level, and at the moment the sellers are trying to overpower the buyers. They're trying to overpower the buyers. So after the close of yesterday candle, what pattern do we have on 4-hour time frame? So you can see the pattern. You can see on 4-hour price has been in a range for some time. You can see this range on 4-hour. Okay, so the support has been created. We have this as our support area. Okay, we have this as our support area. This is our support zone. Okay, so let's break out from this support. Then we should expect more sells on GBP/USD. Okay, you should expect more sales on GBP/USD. But since my bias on the dollar for today is bearish, I'll be looking for opportunity to buy GBP/USD. I would be looking for opportunity to buy GBP/USD. Let's go down to lower time frame and see what's happening on lower time frame. Okay, this is 1 hour also. You can see price has been in a range on 1 hour also. Price has been ranging on 1 hour also. Okay, so you can see at this point we had this fair value gap, and you can see right now price has filled. You can see this fair value gap. Price has filled this fair value gap. If you go down to lower time frame, I'm sure there is a fair value gap below this one. Let's see 15 minutes. Okay, so you can see that is the reason price broke out from. You can see this fair value gap. Okay, so price has tested. You can see this fair value gap. There has been strong rejection. Price has rejecting. Tracement, you can see rejection, 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 rejection. You can see. So what I see on G is a buy and not a sell. Probably they might want to sweep these lows because the normal swing traders have executed buys after the formation of all these patterns. We had a spinning bottom, we had doji, we had spinning bottoms here. Okay, so they might want to come and sweep these lows before going bullish. I think that is what is playing out at it. They might want to sweep the liquidity reside at the previous lows before going bullish. That's what I see playing out on GBP USD. Let's see Euro USD. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. Euro USD also, I'm looking for opportunity to buy Euro USD. If you look at Euro USD has been ranging since the market opened yesterday. It's been in a range, no clear direction. Okay, so yesterday was strongly bearish. Friday was this is a spinning top, which could be the reason for the sell. Okay, for the formation of this spinning top, price is expected to drop. And after the close of yesterday candle, what pattern do we have on the 4-hour time frame? Okay, so you can see we had what looks like an hammer on the 4-hour time frame. And after the formation of an hammer, you wait for the next candle to close bullish. So this was the first candle that closed bullish after the formation of this hammer. We also had a doji here, you can see. So this is a buy setup. This is a buy setup. So we have our support area. This will be our support. Okay. Should be our support for yesterday market. So this is our support zone for yesterday. This zone is zone. You can see that. That is our support zone. You can see fair value gap here. Let's see if that fair value gap has been filled. You can see. So we had this fair value gap here, which is in confluence with this support, yesterday support. So we might see a rejection from this area, So we could wait for price to probably break out from this resistance, then look for buy. If price breaks out from the resistance, you could look for buy. Okay, and they might come for this relative equal high. That is my take on Euro USD. This might be the next round liquidity, but before they do, the first one will fill this fair value gap. Okay, so if price breaks out from that fair value gap, then we should expect more buys on Euro USD. I hope that is clear. So let's look at GBPJPY. We'll look at gold and EA. GBPJPY. Okay, so I believe GBPJPY is trying to come through this fair value gap here. I think that's what is playing out on GBPJPY. It's trying to come through this fair value gap. Okay, this gap should be filled completely. If it fills that gap, then I'll look for sell. I'll look for sell from that area. And my target will be this. This will be my target. My TP target will be 1, 2, and then this will be the third target. Hopefully they'll come for this low. Okay. So at first target, I will adjust my stop loss to break even. At second target, adjust my stop loss few pips below my entry. At this point, adjust my stop loss few pips below my entry, close 70% of whatever profit I've made at this point. That's how I'm going to manage the trade. Once it's this level, I'm going to close at least 70% of whatever profit I made that trade. Okay, with highs as trap. I see it as trap. Most regular traders have executed sell their stop loss highs. Then you wait for a bearish reversal pattern to form on 1 hour or 4 hour time frame before you take a sell. I hope that is clear. So let's move on to the next pair. That's gold. Okay. So gold has been bullish for the past 2 hours. It has done over from this point. Let's see, over 300 pips. Over 300 pips in less than 3 hours. Over 300 pips. Okay. I've been expecting it to buy. Been expecting it to buy since last night. Okay, but I think the news that was released uh, is the reason for this buy. Is the reason for the buy. So I'd love to see price retrace back. We go down to okay, this is 1 hour time frame. We have this fair value gap at the moment. I'd love to see price retrace back at least to 50% of this move before looking for buy. That's my take on gold. I want to see it retrace back to at least 50% fib level. Okay, we have this fair value gap here. So these are the areas I'll be considering buying gold. I want to see a reversal to this level. Okay, that's why I'll be looking for buys on gold. I want to see gold retrace. For me, buying from the current market price is at a very high risk. And I'm not comfortable with that risk. So I'll patiently wait for price to retrace back to this zone or below this zone before looking for my buy setup. Okay, I don't want to risk more than 200 or 250 pips on gold. 200 or 250 pips, and my target will be about 700 pips, at least 700 pips. If I'm risking 250, that's like 1:3. So that's my plan for gold, today's market. I hope that is clear. If you're here to give the video a thumbs up, please do that right now. Most of you have not given me a thumbs up. If you haven't done that, please give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, please do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. Thanks for joining. Okay, so that's my take on gold. So last instrument we'll be looking at is Euro Australian dollar. Oh. You can see what we have here. It's obvious. Liquidity residing at this previous high has been swapped, but you can't sell from the current market price. Okay, you can't sell. Wait for a reversal. This is a sell setup. You can see setup, but you need to wait for a reversal before you sell. Wait for at least 50% retracements. Okay, I think we have a fair value gap area, so you sell. You should look for a sell at this fair value gap. Look for your sell setup at this fair value gap. Patiently wait for that reversal. Patiently wait for that reversal. That's my take on Euro Australian dollar. Do you have any question? Any question? Any question? Do you guys have any question? Any question? Juro Boy, Mr. Ebenezer, Mr. Demax, do you have any question? Is there any other instrument you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. I just analyzed GJ now. Were you not here when I was analyzing GJ? Emmanuel, were you not here when I was analyzing GJ? So GJ is bearish. My bias for GJ is bearish. I said wait for this is DJ man here. This is 1 hour time frame. We had an hanging man. The next candlestick closed bearish. So this would have been the best entry for GJ. If you had missed this move, patiently wait for price to fill this gap completely. Wait for price to fill this gap completely. Then look out for a bearish reversal pattern, 1 hour or 15 minutes time frame. Then you should look for sell. That's my take on GJ. I'm bearish on GJ. GJ and EJ are positively correlated. GJ and EJ are positively correlated. So if GJ is bearish, there's a high probability that EJ would be bearish. Yen is expected to buy. So if yen is bullish, then all JPY pair, you should be looking for buys. I've got to explain, Mr. Ebenezer. If you're considering selling JPY, then on yen pairs, you should look for buys on yen pairs. Yeah, sometimes you are correct. Demand sometimes they move in the same direction. Gold and deal XY, but normally it's supposed to be an inverse correlation. It's supposed to be a negative correlation. Gold and DXY. When there's so much uncertainty in the world, both will move in the same direction because gold is a safe haven asset, and dollar also is a safe haven asset. Do you get that? That is why sometimes both instruments will move in the same direction. Dollar and gold will move in the same direction. But in a normal market condition, they are supposed to have a negative correlation. They are supposed to move in the opposite direction in a normal market condition. I hope that is clear, Daniel. So the market condition at the moment is abnormal. Market condition at the moment is abnormal because there are a lot of things that are happening on around the world that's really influencing decisions of investors. So there's a lot is happening, especially in the United States. A lot is happening. A lot is happening. Hopefully, I think NFP said NFP will be released on Thursday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Okay, FOMC meetings tomorrow. Let's hope it will hold. Let's hope it will hold. For the past week, it has not. It didn't hold the past week. Let's hope it will hold. Then on Thursday, very unusual for them to release their NFP on Thursday. NFP is supposed to be released on Friday, first Friday of the month, but they've not released for this month. The previous month they did release. I'm not sure. They didn't release for the previous month. Okay, and you can see even here it's tentative. Unemployment claim is tentative. Okay, I think they've released that today. Unemployment claims. They've already released that. So most likely what we expect on Thursday will be average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. I won't be surprised by tomorrow or next they remove this from the calendar. Okay, so that's what you should look out for. If you're here to give the video a thumbs up, please give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, do subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you get notified by YouTube. I appreciate you for your participation. Do you have any question? Any question? At this time, you need to manage risk. This is not the time to be aggressive. You have to be very conservative. You have to be very conservative. This is not the time to be aggressive. Ensure you manage risk like a professional. Ensure you use stop loss on every trade you execute in the market. Don't be reckless. It's your hard-earned money. Don't be reckless, please. Don't be reckless. Avoid the temptation to go big, to go hard. Avoid that temptation, please. to over leverage, avoid it. Do everything possible to preserve your capital. Your goal as a trader is to preserve your capital. Okay? That should be your primary goal. Making money is secondary. Your primary goal is to preserve your capital. If you are able to preserve your capital, you will make money. That is certain. That is certain. You will make money. Yes, because of the shutdown. Yes, that's the reason the news wasn't released. That's the reason. Okay, it appears there are no more questions. I appreciate every one of you for your participation. Mr. Ebenezer, Daniel, Manuel, appreciate you all for your participation, and I wish you all a profitable trading day. Our next session will be tomorrow by 10 a.m. I look forward to having you in that session. Bye for now.